So let's move on to this Millie Bobby Brown story. I need to know what you guys think. So obviously, the other day we were talking about Millie Bobby Brown and the fact that she and David Harbour had this big dramatic, accusations before season 4. Now, Enrique, if you're still here in the comments, told me on my Instagram comments yesterday that season 4 of Stranger Things was shot in 2019. Is this true? 2019? We're in 2025. What in the what? They waited 6 years? 6 years between season 4 and 5? That's wild. Okay. So season 4 was in 2019. They filmed it 18,000 years ago. So I believe there's 2 things that could have happened here. And yes, everyone has like thoughts, right? Some people in the comments believe that it could have been fake news, PR, etc. I think it probably happened. Here's my honest feeling. I believe it honestly did happen. I think that there was probably some complaints. Okay, so I guess it was filmed in 2020 to 2021. So still a long time ago. Now, Sean Levy, I have a really hard time looking at. Does anyone else have a really hard time looking at? But Sean Levy, he's the producer of Stranger Things. Coincidentally, he's also besties with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. And Bradley Cooper, because he and Bradley Cooper clearly share the same plastic surgeon. Have you seen this guy's face? I mean, it's Barry Manilow times a million. What's up? Men cannot be doing that. We need to do something about this men plastic surgeon situation. It's really bad. Okay, so I guess here we go. It ended filming in 2021, released in 2022. Okay, so it was still years ago. It wasn't like 6 months ago. It was clearly a long time ago. So you guys agree that Sean Levy has a case of bad plastic surgery for male situation. I'm not going to hold it against him. Maybe he has insecurities. I just think that he needs to work on his insecurities, possibly. I have no idea, but we need to deal with that. That's a separate conversation, okay? I think that where we are here is that he's saying, okay, my guess, if I'm going to be, my honest feeling is that he is trying to calm things down as a producer would. When you're producing a project, when you're for a network or whatever, your goal is to look away, and just watch the show. Obviously, you want people to talk about the show, which everyone's doing. There's no way I would ever be covering Stranger Things on my show right now. Never. I would never, ever be covering this had it not been for this article that came out earlier this week. So it's working, whatever is happening. But what you don't want is bad press where it makes people say, like, I am not going to watch that show because David Harbour bullied and, treated Millie Bobby Brown badly. Because that's what would happen. So if these reports did actually happen, which are very possible that they did, Millie Bobby Brown very, very easily could have put out these reports 3 years ago or whatever and, complained. She was 18 years old, 19 years old at the time. She's 21 now, so she's 17, 18. It's very possible she was feeling a certain way at the time. She was feeling unhappy, and she put out the reports. If she did, they may have already squashed it. And now Netflix is like, don't say a word, don't give it any attention, and just move right past it. Walk right past it. It's fine. Everything's fine. And meanwhile, Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour show up last night at the premiere. And not only do they show up and smile together in a picture, they do the most. They hug. They arm in arm. They are besties on the red carpet. And that is interesting because of the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively drama. So, first of all, the producer, Sean Levy, addressed the allegations for the first time speaking with the Hollywood Reporter. And he said last night, He always makes sure everyone feels safe and respected. He said, uh, he said, I've read a bunch of stories. They've ranged from wildly inaccurate and there is a lot of noise. We view this crew and cast as family. We treat each other with respect, and that's always been the bedrock. It's his responsibility to foster a healthy work environment, is what he said. At the end of the day, that's the job. You have to create a respectful workplace where everyone feels comfortable and safe. So we did everything to build that environment, he said, and we're proud of the fact that we did so. He's not denying it. He is not denying it. So that's why I think something actually did happen. But he's saying shit happens. In families, shit happens. And I'm not blaming anyone here in the situation. But they handled it probably really appropriately and they dealt with it. Now, in this other article that Page Six released, it says Millie Bobby Brown praises him, David Harbour, at the Stranger Things premiere. And a body language expert, of course, jumps in and cries, it's overkill because she came in and she had very nice things to say about David Harbour. She was hugging him, she was loving on him. It was like over the top. She said she's so lucky to have him and, she was gushing with him. She called him amazing. They were really, really lovey on top of each other. She said the show means so much to the both of us and to everyone here. We've dedicated a lot of it. We're so excited to see that come to screen. They put it on United Front, posing for smiling snaps together. Ha ha ha, laugh, laugh, laugh. This body language expert, according to the Daily Mail, Judy James came out and said it was overkill. There was repeated fits of laughter to the outlet. She is helpless with laughter with her eyes closed and mouth open and her right hand placed on her rib area as she giggles loudly. How dare she? And that being said, James claimed the post showed signs of being happy and delighted in each other's presence, which felt, she said, like clearly there's no obvious signs for tension, but she wonders if it feels like it's put on a little bit, like we have to act like everything is fine, even though clearly things actually are fine. She doesn't seem, the body language expert doesn't seem like they're faking it, but it's almost like we have to overly try to show like everything's fine. And I think that everything is fine. I don't think that they wanted this to come out because I think it's been squashed. And I think Lily Allen, David Harbour's ex, released it. I think she leaked it. No question whatsoever. Um, so, excuse me, I was so thirsty. Um, I'm definitely going to get a Reddit post about that or like a 1-star review. By the way, reminding you, please leave me a 5-star review or a nice review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify if you have a chance to. And make sure to subscribe and like while you're here right now. So Lily Allen recently, and just to give you like a 2-second update on that, she just released this album and she's obviously pissed at David Harbour. They're having a very contentious breakup. She thinks there's cheating. She's writing songs about him. She's not happy with him. It's very, very, very suspect that just exactly now these reports got leaked. No one's showing any documentation of it. We just have rumors of it. When you're mad at your ex, you've been protecting him this whole time. And then now all of a sudden, right when you're pissed off about them, you're going to release it. Obviously, duh. It's so obvious to me. So that to me is, someone's texting me. I can feel it because my phone gets slow when my computer gets slow when that happens. Anyway, I think that is obviously what is happening. And there you go. But they handled it like pros. When you're in PR and when you're an actor, you got to fake it. Even if you're annoyed with someone, even if you're not happy with someone, which I don't think is the case. I think they're actually okay with each other. Blake Lively fucked up because had she just grinned and bared it and shut up, and I'm being honest, just shut up and dealt with the uncomfortable feeling she had and not banish Justin, the producer and director, and lead to the basement in that premiere, none of the bad press would have happened. None of the quote unquote retaliation campaign would have been like started in her mind. None of that. No one would have mentioned a word. had she not rallied the troops to unfollow him on Instagram and block him and then not be his friend. She created the mess that she is in right now, just like I said yesterday. Like, who stole the cookie out of the cookie jar? She did. It was all Blake created. So Millie Bobby Brown is doing something here that is incredibly smart. She's not feeding in to the rumors and the nastiness. Okay.